Let's get set up. Hello, hello, hello. I hope everyone can, let's see here, unused applications. Let's close that. Okay. Hello, everyone. Hello. If you can hear me, say so. Just doing a test right now. Let's see here. Okay. If you can hear me, let me know. I'm trying to still set up here. It's after 6. I'm sorry for that. I did say I was coming on exactly at 6. Let's see what we got. Let's see here. Uh-oh. Okay. Let me know if you can hear me. See here. Okay. I'm trying to navigate through this page. This is the first time doing the video here on this computer. So give me a moment because I'm used to doing videos from another set. So let's see. Yeah, okay. I will use my phone to interact because it's easier for me. I'm not used to it. Okay. All right. Well, happy Islamic New Year to everyone that is watching me today. I wish you all the best. I wish you blessings for this new year. And we all pray to celebrate many, many more to come. Assalamu alaikum, suma mbokki Gambians yi, Gambians at home, Gambians abroad. I hope it's bright. I don't know. This is the first time doing this video on here with this camera or this laptop. So I hope everything is okay. Yanang magis puba and is bright enough. Huh? If anything, let me know. If you can hear me loud and clear as well, let me know. Let me know, so because I'm just still testing. Maa ngi leen di nuyu si Islamic New Year bi yal nañ ko fekkee déwén ngeen baal ma àq bu fekkee ne def naa anything loo xam ne yëg naa ko ndax yëguma ko ngeen baal ma àq te di leen boole baal. Thank you all so much for coming on live. We have different topics today that I want us to discuss. One is the flooding that we have in the Gambia and everywhere else in the world. And also politicians, us politicians, and the president. Also want to talk about the citizens and their rights as citizens. So my brothers and sisters, I think we can start now just to elaborate on some of this stuff. I think everyone can hear me. Everything is okay because my camera, my light, everything is set. So thank you so much all for coming on board. First, I will want to send my, my heartfelt grief to all the flood victims everywhere in the world, especially here in the Gambia. And I want to take this moment to just send a word out there. I made a post recently about flooding in Banjul. And I made also another post which was basically talking about somebody from Igbo Town leaving a message saying to the president that Igbo Town is flooding and he got more votes. I'm going to speak both English and Wolof for our Wolof audiences. And recently Mangi post something about the flood in Banjul. Also kidon wax the president bine mu ñew Igbo Town because Igbo Town and flood. It was flooding. Lima buga wax rek tuuti ci lolu. Degala flooding bi fu nekk la. Du Gambia, du Senegal, du US, everywhere. Why the difference? Because a lot of people are out there defending this. You see, the more we defend this, the more it harms us as Gambians. Because the more it harms us as Gambians, we need to face the reality. And we need to accept the reality, regardless of who we vote for. Tay bu fekkee ne ñun ñëpp toog nañ ñu gis ne Banjul spend nañ for $40 million. Te dama bëgg ngeen understand ne $40 million is not $40 million. And this is what I want to get into our heads. From what we gathered is that bi ñoo def project bi Gambia amutoon xaalis bi from what we understand. Contractor bi ne dinañ génne xaalis bi, they will do it with their own money. Waaye loolu bala moo am li waroon a xew mooy government bi, when it comes to the Minister of Finance, the Minister of Works, the Banjul City Council, ñoom ñëpp a waroon a talk because there's accountability problems in this. Ñaata la spend pour jagar Banjul ak lan la jagar. How much is he going to spend? Where is the how do you call it, the proposal? All the information, the logistics. everything that is pertaining to the renovation of Banjul, because I see it as a renovation. Let me tell you something. Let me give you a little, let's go back in history a little bit. After the Second World War, Berlin, Germany, they rebuilt their cities. And when they rebuilt their cities, they expanded. They used that opportunity to expand. They used that opportunity to make sure whatever was lacking, they now upgrade. They built, not only did they build the city again, they built it to last. They built it to go all the way to the future. They expanded. They catered for the future. Lima doon wax mooy bi Germany bi World War II ended, dëkk yu mel ni Germany dañ rénover seen dëkk yi, dañ jagaraat seen cities yi. Waaye biñ ko jagaraat demuñ rek ñu raaxaat ko, demuñ rek ñu how do you call it, concrete block ko. Dañ toog ñu toog ak ñu bari, architect bi woo, designer bi woo, ministers of finance, works, ñëpp redesign naka la seen city bi war a melaat. On top of that, ñu cater for the future. Mbundo yi war a ñëw si future bi, development yi. And that is easy. That is true statistics. Demuñ rek jël naka tuddaati benn contractor rek jox ko ne dañ bëgg nga jagar yoon yi. Kooku tamit dem def concrete slabs. Recently, I saw Gambians that are happy. They're posting these streets and said, oh, Banjul is nice again. Banjul is nice again. And then a few months later, after posting that Banjul is beautiful, now everybody's crying because it's flooding. Who vetted these works? Kan moo dem mu xool ne step by step liggéey bi biñ def ci liñ def Banjul ndax correct na, ndax jaar na yoon, specifications yi. Already we saw that there was a problem biñ ci génnee mayor bi completely. Lu mel ni project a city of Banjul te ñu am a mayor of Banjul means she was supposed also to be part and parcel. This council was part and parcel of that development. Because su bonee ñoom ñëpp, su baaxee ñoom ñëpp a ci am ndam. Léegi bu fekkee ne ñu ne dëkk bi amutoon xaalis and the contractor moom moo advance xaalis bi ñaata la advance ndax 40 million bi la advance ba te bu fekkee ne 40 million bi la advance $40 million bi la advance lan mooy interest am ñaata lañ ko fay ci kaw loolu? Or is it the whole package mooy 40 million fayam bi ak lim jagaree Banjul? Te bu fekkee ne loolu la lan mooy ci fayam ak lan la liggéey lan la def? Question bi ma amal waa Banjul mooy bi ñoo sampa Banjul bi ñoo jagar yoon yi ndax before ñu jagar yoon yi ndax gis ne ñuy lee sewer pipes? The only country in the world boo xam ne bi woo bi jeexee expanding seen dëkk bi mooy woon Angleterre, because dañ gàtta xel, dañ they are narrow minded, they don't think big. So UK, England in those days went back and built the city just the same way that they, it was before the war. It's now they're beginning to develop and doing all these beautiful buildings, changing it to a commercial or business center, just like every other city. But they went back to cobblestones and everything. This was a great opportunity for Gambia, for Banjul, to revive its glory. This was an opportunity to rebuild Banjul. Even have plants, flowers, beautify it. Listen, $40 million, then $1 million at the rate of 50. Mind you, right now the dollar is at 53. So I'm taking it back to the rate of 50. $40 million, $1 million is $50 million. My brothers and sisters, $40 million. Dina Don Jagar change the whole of Banjul, give it a beautiful new facelift. A beautiful new facelift. Ndiko new gen gasko, dugal nice, sewer pipes, latest sewer pipes. There's new technology now. Pump pump that power machine or whatever could have been changed. There's so much innovation right now when it comes to pumping water out and all that drains. Everything has changed. What we have is how many years ago. This was a great opportunity to rebuild our city and rebuild it for the future. Every time suñoy def dara dafa wara nekk pour ëllëg lu yàgg, a long term, not a short term fix. $40 million is too much for a short term fix. Te ñi nga xam ne ñoo toog jël xaalis boobu séddoo ko wala ñu lekka ci. Man Mari Sok bi juddee Banjul duma leen ko bàyyee mukk ak bàyyee naa leen ko ak Yàlla, because it's rip off. Munoon génna sax beautify sax plantale ay trees, beautiful flowers and trees, dara koyos concrete slabs. Even slab covers yooyu noonu li fi ni gutter covers yi kana ko ubbi sax pour seet ndax gutter bi mu ngi flow sax ndax now we know that it's not flowing. Probably it's a fake gutter because the water is not going. Recently, I see the president, they're all there at Bond Road looking at the pump. And I look at the state of everything around there. I just want to ask you Gambians, xanaa bëggu leen lu baax? My friend, a lot of you have traveled, a lot of us have traveled. Xanaa bëggu leen lu baax? Some are defending it, but the other presidents, nobody did this, Adama Barrow that has done it. It is his duty. That is why he's elected. It is his duty. That is why he was selected. Bi ngeen ko votale mu duga moom loolu la war a def. There's nothing to clap about. There's nothing to cheer about, because ëllëg bu nekkaat président loolu lañ ko seetee. Su nekkaat président suy dox si mbedda bi dañoo ne kii moo fi def li, kii moo fi def li, so liggéey bi su baaxee, guess what? Daf ko dimbali moom. Tey warut a toog ba nit nekk si online social media di oote from Ibo Town ne fii la ëppale votes mu drive motom dem ba Ibo Town romba Banjul, romba Kombo, romba Pipeline, romba all these areas, Serekunda, go all the way to Ibo Town just because you have more votes here. That is politicizing. Because you passed a lot of places prior to reaching that. Dëkk bi yëpp lañ war a emale. Yes, this is not only Gambia. All over the world, there are disasters, even the United States. But that's not what we are talking about here. Ñooñu boo nekkee America te nga xam naka la America di doxee, dangaa gis dañ dee yónnee warnings. Comes on the TV, dañoo announce, léegi-léegi sax nit ñaa dee bañ pour move. But they send out warnings. The weather forecast, they tell us the weather forecast, they tell people to ready. I'm from Chicago, when we're going to have a blizzard, then they announce blizzard, bi kañ laa ñëw. dañ dee joxe it might be a state emergency loolu yëpp dañ ko dee def ndax ñun am nañ facilities yooyu o am nañ système boobu because fii a simple thing like nawet going on and off you don't even get warned, you don't even get a message. It will just go on and off, on and off. Before it was 13 to 20, 15 times. Now I don't know, I lost count. I lost count. So let's not compare ourselves always with these fast developed countries. Because Banjul, there was money for Banjul. This was to rehabilitate, renovate. And this was a big opportunity to fix Banjul for our children, to fix Banjul for tomorrow. Because something is wrong. There's a reason why the water was not moving. Then I'm talking about Tanbi. These are studies that should have been made prior to building anything or renovating anything. This is why they were supposed to be experts. My ex-husband was into construction. This was one of the biggest construction companies Gambia has ever seen. And they started the Banjul-Serekunda Highway Project. That was Luis Diaz de Luzada. If you see how they started, the specification that they were given, and how they started the roads, and everything to specification, only that they never got to finish it because the finishing, of course, as everything, corruption went in and they gave it to other companies to do the finishing, and which Luis Diaz later went to court with the government. But the runway at the airport was built by Diaz and it's still there. When you build for the future. That way, when you build, and let's say you build Banjul, the other head of state that is coming after your tenure does not have to worry about Banjul. Now they can build something else. That is what development is all about. Why every president bu ñëw the same yoon biñ jagaroon last year diñ ko jagaraat. That's waste. Now maa ngi dégg président bi mu ngi wax ne pour dëkk yu ndaw yeeg everything li happen, they have funds with India, $200 million, which they're gonna take about 50 million here. You know, everybody just, you know, speaking about money, throwing money in the air here and there like it's nothing. All these grants, who's gonna pay for them? It is easy to take money and spend, but who's going to pay for them? And then whoever is going to take the country is going to see that Banjul, probably at that time, the concrete slabs will start cracking because of water underneath, because Gambia, Banjul, Sokohole, Banjul is below water level. Did they even know that? Did the contractor they gave this contract know that Banjul is below water level? And that when they were renovating Banjul, it should have been more than just concrete slabbing. I went to Banjul when they were building Banjul, when they were doing this concrete, and I stood there. Actually, Fima Demsa, it was Tobacco Road. Just when you're coming by Jodola, I could not even turn with my car because of the way they had the road. It was like straight and then turn. So if I want to turn, another car coming couldn't pass. And I, you know, talked to the contractor. I said, what kind of road are you guys doing? He said, Madam, please, can you? I said, listen, you could have expanded because there's nothing here. You could have made it round so that I can turn this way and then another car coming can go this way. So even the people that were on ground, it's like they didn't even know what they were doing. We deserve more than that. So people that are coming out and defending Barrow, Maybe you don't understand or you don't know your rights. And this is why I said citizens and their rights. When you vote for somebody and they win, that is the time you need to help that person by calling him or her out on the things that they are failing to do or the things that they're doing and it's not correct. What that does is, if that person, the elected person, really is listening, they will listen and they will go by what you're saying because they will know it's the truth. Maybe the president did not know how bad the streets are because, of course, they rush him out and they rush him back in, so he doesn't really know what is happening. So he's getting a lot of feedback from this social media and stuff, because we see that from social media coming out and talking, he's acting based on. Somebody once told me, watch social media. Why he always likes to watch social media. And I commend him for that. Mr. President, keep watching social media, because then you know a lot that is happening during your tenure. Because people around you are hiding a lot of things that they're doing around you. We as oppositions are helping him. That's why we're on the opposite side, so that we can tell him, hey, this is not right, this is right, what you did is not right. Maybe you need to check somebody, because now you need to hold the Minister of Works accountable. You need to hold Minister of Finance. How can they approve something like this? Who went to make sure that the work was done well? Where's the team? Since the council was cut off, who are the people responsible that everything was done according to the specification given? Listen, building roads or rehabilitating a whole city or renovating a whole city is more than just slabs. Now, Banjulians, I am from Banjul. I was born in Banjul. If you are happy with that, if you think that that is wow, I'm sorry. I want better. I deserve better, because I know how Banjul was when I was little. With trees, it was beautiful. So if you are happy and you're all clapping and satisfied, then don't be surprised if everything else is like that. Because a head of state is the reflection of its people. It's what you want. So I can understand you clapping, but then don't cry. Because it is depressing to watch. People like us watching that is depressing, knowing how much money was spent. Do you know what we can do with 40? When you put bright minds together, if we would have looked at the project properly and see what we can do, something for the future of Banjul, you know what we could have done for Banjul? Huh? We could have even incorporated playgrounds and so, because people are living in Banjul, we could have done so much. There's flowers, there's even sea gym and everything. We would have done so much for Banjul. But if Banjulians are happy with concrete slabs and think, well, hold us in Dekabilegi, mashallah, and they sang. It's like people don't understand, people don't know what quality is. How solid is that? Then another thing is, we all know rainy season is coming. We all know There's what we call climate change. Everybody's talking about it. The whole world is talking about it. Why then the Ministry of Works or the councils did not say, okay, let us get our army, let's teach people how to make sandbags, let's, even when the president went out to see the victims and all, I thought that day he's going to mobilize his army or whatever, and he's going to probably donate even his salary for that month and said, listen, since we don't have a budget, we don't have time, take my salary, get some strips of sand, put some sandbags, let's try to, and quick fix. And then we look at short-term and long-term goals. Let us see how we can, stop the water, at least most of the water. Because if then we now have long-term goals of what to do. Why didn't they think about these things? Why wait until it happens? And then it happens, you just go there, take a stroll, look at people. Yeah, I've made, we're going to allocate 50 million, whatever, blah, blah. How long is that going to take until you get that and start the works? Rainy season will be over. We are talking about now. People are displaced. People are displaced. We all think differently. I was talking to somebody the other day. He said, Madam, who tells you these things? How do you think? I said, don't I have brain? That is why we have brain, to think. Some things is not, you don't need, If I would have gone there as a head of state, I'll say, listen, my check, just go and bring trips of sand and we make some sandbags, mobilize everybody. Let's show them how to make sandbags. Let us block here. Let us do this. Bring some water pumps. Let's start pumping the water. Action. But you go there, beautiful pictures. Now you laugh. People are still wondering, okay, what next? Listen, the people that voted for the president, you voted for the president, and it is okay to hold him accountable. It is okay to tell him, Mr. President, I voted for you there, but this is not right. The guy in Igbo Town that said, Mr. President, we all voted for you. Igbo Town, you won massively in Igbo Town. But what we are seeing here, we are disappointed. That guy, I respect him. You know why? Because he's calling the president out, and that is how it's supposed to be. You cannot just sit there and see the problem and deny, continue denying. Whoever says anything, you want to fight with them on Facebook. That's not how that works. He was the one that was out there promising everything. People voted for him. He goes into office. You all need to hold him accountable. That is how you can help him actually to do a better job. That is how you can help him to follow on his promises. This has nothing to do with, oh, because you're opposition, or because you're not. Forget that. We were all candidates. He was a candidate. And he won. Or so they say he won. But you all voted for him. But that doesn't mean that he's off the hook. This is why other countries are progressive. Because we hold these leaders accountable. When we came out as candidates, everybody was challenging us. What have you done for the country? What did you do for the country? What can you do for the country? Well, my friend, somebody like me, I've done much more than any of the presidents that sat prior to sitting what they did. And if I win, or if I would have won, I would want the same to continue, because it helps me to be better. It helps me to do better. It helps me to be the best I can be, because nobody's perfect. We all know the president is not perfect, but You can help him by showing him his faults. And maybe they're not even his faults, it's people around him that are not doing what they are supposed to do. And that is where you call him out. So let us stop this thing that we do on Facebook, like, oh, because you're opposition, you're a failed politician. My friend, that is nonsense. We need to hold our leaders accountable. Even in a political party, it starts from the political party. You need to hold the flag bearer accountable if they're not doing the right thing. When I was in a political party some years ago, they used to tell me, huh, you're always nagging on the party leader, you're always this. I said, yes. Am kumragal. Because by me doing these things, it's just going to make him better. But you all cannot be applauding him, whether he makes mistakes, whether he's lying, whether he's doing this. You all just applaud, applaud, applaud. And then tomorrow he gets into office and becomes a dictator. And then you start saying, ah, he's a dictator. No, you created the monster. You created the monster right there at party level. Nobody said to disrespect. But there are things that leaders do because they think they're kings, and that is nonsense. They're not kings, they're just leaders. And that is how you hold them accountable within the party itself. When he does something, you said, ah, I'm sorry, Honorable, what you're doing is not correct. And then everybody discuss it, and then he can see why and move on. That way, practice makes perfect. By the time he gets into office, he'll get used to people telling him that what he's doing is wrong. But no, we take leaders, put them on top to the highest height, like gods, and then they become president. We do the same, bowing and kneeling on the floor like slaves, and then we cannot tell them anything, and they do what they want, and then tomorrow they become dictators, and you sit here and say, oh, he's a dictator, or he has trends, or he has trends like dictator. My friend, you created that monster. You can tell somebody when they're doing something wrong. You can tell them, but with respect. You don't have to be disrespectful. And say, listen, what you're doing is not right. This is not why I voted for you. The roads you're doing are not correct. Check your contractor, because we don't want this. This is not why we voted for you. We want quality. We don't want quantity. This is a lot of money. Huh? Mr. President, no, I'm sorry. This is not the time for you to take a vacation. We all want you to come. We are here. We all want you to come. And, it helps him. And this is why I said, the politicians and the president. Unfortunately, a lot of politicians are quiet. I wonder why. But this is the problem. You cannot be an opposition and talk about the president through campaign and everything, what he has done wrong, and then join him during the campaign. Now, after campaign and they win, we can all work for national development. But don't sell your vote for personal gain, because now you're all mute. You're all mute. And we all know what is happening in this country is wrong. Li xew si dëkk bi dafa wrong. Te li ma wax mooy politicians yëpp a ngi noppi. Lii moo tax bu ñooy politique time elections. It's not smart to be an opposition buga taxaw pour nekk president. Ba pare nga gis ne things are not going well, nga daw dem bokk ak ki nga xam ne yaa ngi taxaw di wax dëkk bi yëpp kii defu dara kii mënu dara kii lii nga dem bokk ak moom sànnil ko sa karta wala nga def sa nit ñi sànnil ko karta léegi nga toog mënuloo continuer because léegi win na nga nekk opposition booy nekk opposition dangaa nekk opposition bu élection bi jeexee lu nekk a jeex ngeen mun a toog ngeen seet ndax di ngeen mun a liggéey together loolu tamit bu amutee war salaam life goes on. You still have a political party or political people that believe in you that you can work with, and you can still do your part as a citizen of the country. You don't have to be in government to do that. Now people are suffering everywhere. And people are saying, oh, it's all over the world. It's natural disaster. No, they did. Let's not use that. Because we had an opportunity, for example, to fix Banjul. We got a lot of money for, climate change. Where's the Minister of Environment? We had money for climate change and all. What did they do with that money? What did they do with all these funds? We should have been prepared prior to. We should have been prepared. We should have been prepared prior to the rains. It rains every year. We all know when it rains every year. And we all know the challenges that we have. And if all the world is talking about climate change, then we should have been prepared as a nation, especially with all the funds that we got and all the monies that we got, trust me. We should have been prepared. We should have done a better job. I am just a politician. I cannot help everybody. I don't have government funds. I don't have money from grants and all that. I can only do what I can do as an individual. And this is why we all stood up and one person was elected. And that person that is elected now has to do what he promised the people, because those are the promises that he made that people decide to vote for him. And those people that voted for him have to hold him accountable. It's not even us that should do that. It's the people that voted for him to say, Mr. President, mangetoro. Because that is the reality. So if you all sit here denying, all that, it's a lie. Because even if you are not affected, somebody around you is affected. Te so len ko waxe lolu, waxu len ko lolu pour kiko da nga so len challenge president bi, what that does dafa wara dimbali mu seet fi nga xamne problème ang fa mu fix problème bi. Bu fekkee ne si ministre bi mu change ministre bi wala mu change ministre bi wala mu seet naka la réformer système am bi. Waaye yéen mi ko votal ngeen toog su nit ne président rek ngeen topp. The political maturity in this country is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Even bu fekkee ne jànguloo sax wala amuloo, at least nga am tuuti xel sax. What we see, we're not even talking about other places. Look at the airport. Airport bi ñaata million lañ ko sampé. Ñaata million lañ sampé airport bi. Mu ngi seena. A whole airport mu ngi leak. Because they take 10% of the money and 10% of the money and 90% is pocketed. There's no transparency. There's no accountability. And then they will take nice pictures or they will show the president and say, this is what we did. But as a head of state, that's why you need to be active. Get out there, see what they're doing from the onset, see what they're doing when they dig the ground, see what they lay underneath, how they're doing it. Or you hold your minister accountable. Or the people that are responsible for these works. We need a proactive leader. Because the way Gambia is going, we cannot afford to have a president like Joe Biden who does not need to go out and see these things because they are so organized that they trust me. You will be accounted for if you say you're building an airport and it's leaking. We are not there yet to have a president like that. We are at a level where the president himself should be able to take a stroll and see what's up. Because Gambia is very small. He should be able to send his ministers, or if you can hold people accountable, then you have to do the work yourself. Everywhere. We can talk about natural disaster, oh, it's all over the world. But they have not shown any proper building anywhere in the US or anywhere that is leaking. They didn't show the airports leaking. The cities are not waterlogged, or draining machines are spoiled. So what was the $40 million for then? If you, the citizens of this country, don't know your rights or don't know what you need to advocate for, or when you vote for somebody, what you need to tell that person or how to make that person do their work, then we're in a big trouble. Du vote rek, jël nit rek dugal ko ci office déedéet emul fa. Boo leen voté nit mu taxaw mu dig leen lu nekk wax leen lu nekk bon su duggee office den ko war a toppa bu ko defee lim leen wax yépp mu mun koo def te su fekkee ne def na ko it te baaxul def yéen responsibility bi si yéen mi ko votal la su fekkee ne xamu leen seen rights wala li ngeen war a def maa ngi leen a wax tey lan ngeen war a def secteur boo leen votal nit mu toog da ngeen ko war a hold accountable suñ ne lii la jar ne leen baax na bon dañ bëgg a gis naka ngeen eggee si figo bii nii because seen right la xaalis boobu noonu ñu jël as loan xaalis boobu kana koo fay ñun citizens yi ñoo koo fay suñ doom yi ñoo koo fay suñ sët yi ñoo koo fay bu kenn ñun nekkuñ fi soo gisee ngeen jël seen carte ngeen sànnil ko nit yaakaarata because am na lu mu leen wax ba ngeen def yaakaar si moom te soo leen ko bëggee dégg dimbali si liggéeyam moom bi moo def aski toog den il faut ngeen wax ko li moo def ndax baax na ndax baaxut waaye lu mu def ndax baax na ngeen tàccu lu mu def lu baaxut ngeen tàccu and that is wrong. At this point in time, ñu ngi am ay ndaw yoo xam ne ñu ngi seetaan télé ñu ngi tukki they're different from suñ time. They're inquisitive. So at this point in time, ku fi war a nekk njiit dafa war a xam ne dëkk bi dafa soxla quality. Ne ndawi réew yi dañ soxla quality dañ bugga lu baax. Something that is for the future. Something that will last. Te so jagare tali as a president. Tali bi so koy jaga da nga wara project na this road should last us another 10, 15 years, 20 years. That way, Benin president being your talk in the next 10 years does not have to think about roads. That next president that is coming will now think about something else. You go to all over the world, the countries, they don't touch roads. Roads was built probably 20, 30 years ago. Huh? Bridges are built for over 50 years. This bridge is over 100 years old. Huh? Why fee suñ bëggee make quick money rek? We need infrastructure development. Every president will talk infrastructure development. And then they give them the funds, they take the funds, they just build rapid slabs. By the time their tenure is over, somebody else have to fix again everything. Lan lañ fi defoon time, lan lañ fi defoon, ki la ngi toog ñaata at lan la fi defoon, because those structures don't exist anymore. Huh? And everybody is just complacent dëkk bi yëpp mu ngi mel ni nit ñi xamatuñ sax lan mooy qualité xamatuñ sax lan mooy lu rafet xamatuñ sax lan mooy lu baax du nekk rek ñu tàccu te fekk ñu ngi xam dëkk bi we know the truth we know the truth deep in our hearts su fekkee ne yow mun ngaa xool Banjul ak ni mel nga dem nga tëdda nga nelaw ne is good bon yow ku soxor nga yow buggal loo sa dëkka lu baax yow buggal loo sa dëkka jaama te bàyyi leen di compare dëkka bi ak yeneen dëkka yi ñooñu niñ avancé sax du ndanka ñooñu niñ ñu rawee sax du benn te ngeen xool dëkka yooyu noonu areas yi ñu wax ne mooy flood fan la soo xoolee maa ngi gis Alaaji Manka mu ngi def drone video boo xoolee di drone video of that area Manjai doo gis dara it's like there's no development mu ngi mel ni yaa ngi somewhere si benn àll yoon sax nekku fa huh? Come on my brothers and sisters we deserve better ñun mi jógee si diaspora bi we have so many people we want to bring to our beautiful country so many investors so many friends huh? Waaye dañoo rus sax pour indi leen being an opposition is nothing wrong. We just want to, hey, Mr. President, since you made it, this is what you said, you didn't do it. Because guess what? Even as an opposition, if he does something right, we will stand and say, hey, he did this right, he got this right. We will applaud for him. But what we are doing is trying to help him to be better. Because gàcce gi suy génn ñun duñ ko yëg moom moo ko yëg bu tenooyam jeexee te defut lu mu war a def moom moo ko yëg ñun duñ ko yëg. I'd rather be an opposition of truth than standing by a lie. Because man duma sama suma tur ñaata at over 30 years ma sama suma tur bu baax si biir dëkk bi pour yaax ko ndik lan xaalis ñëpp dañoo dee bàyyi ko fi duñ ko yóbbaale kenn du wax ne corruption you can take corruption 100%. Why my friend boo amee opportunité pour jëkkër a city like Banjul soo leen a lekka sa ngeen lekka 10% ngeen dugal 90% xanaa boo leen dugalee 90% nit ñi nañ ko gis ah this was a missed opportunity for Gambia, a missed opportunity for Gambia. And now they all met at Bond Road with the mayor doing photo ops and all that. What was that for? Talking about reconciliation. Reconciling, what for? I don't see any, what is there to reconcile? All I know is that the mayor asked for documents. And I want to just send a message there to Lord Mayor to be very careful because, listen, last time I checked, you were not part of that. Yow nekkuloo woon part of that arrangement. So su fekkee ne nekkuloo woon part of that arrangement, then li nga laajte pour gis ko danga war a make sure ne won nañ la ko. Then nga am a team of experts yu mun a xool document bi mun a xool implementation bi ak everything that is supposed, the statistics of that Banjul project. Ba pare dem inspect ak seet ndax loolu lañ def, because that guy will be getting a lot of money plus interest, and see how much was paid with how much interest. This is why last time I talked about our system. I said our system is broken. Our system is not working. Swing system be dohut. Because when you even look at all these other procurement departments and all this, you know, it's like who's holding who accountable? Mu ngi melni dëkk bi kenn liggéeyut. Kenn nekkul di def liñ war a def. To that meeting bi nga xam ne moom la président bi def démba ak mayor bi ak the builder, that tells a big story, because as a head of state, it is not for you to stand there. Gis lo ben head of state si adina di taxaw di check machine pump. That is your ministers or, you know, the department that are responsible are supposed to do that. But because that project probably was directly from your office, moto yow as a president nga nekk fa. Because su waroon a dem ni mu waroon a demee, some ministers yaa fa war a nekk wala ñi nga xam ne ñoo toog wala team bi ak ministers yaa fa war a nekk. Yow président bi li nga war a def mooy xëj na dem seeti victimes yi sax, seeti victimes seen kër, you know, your family ngeen yóbbu leen dara, ah seet naka ngeen di how do you place them, where to place them, take some food stuff for them, blankets, beds and all that, and help them. That is what you're supposed to do. But that's not what we are seeing. So my brothers and sisters from Banjul, if that slab that is done for you, you're happy with it, then I am sorry for the whole Gambia, because I guess you don't know what quality is. $40 million is not $40 million. $1 million is $50 million. Times that by 40, then you'll do the math. It can do a lot for that little Banjul. There's so many places that are damaged from this flood. Up till now, what are we doing? What is the government doing? Because we are opposition. We already did what we can, and we campaigned. And these people in the government, they are supposed to do their work now. And there's no need to applaud every time something is done. That's what they're supposed to do. That's what people voted for. Everybody voted for. If you vote for a mayor, you expect your mayor to perform. If you vote for your councillor, you expect your councillor to perform. If you vote for a president, you expect the president to perform. And any proper development that a head of state puts in the country is a plus for him. And then he'll make you, the voters, proud. But if he's not doing what he's supposed to do, then you need to hold him accountable, just like we as oppositions are doing the same. But don't come at us and tell us, oh, you're a failed politician, or you this and that and that. You either win or lose. And nothing to cry about. That's life. But the person that wins, we will make sure that what they're supposed to do, they'll do it. And we're helping him to do better. We're helping him to be the best he can be as a president. Because at the end of the day, there are no enemies in politics, huh? Let me tell you that. So you, the followers that are out there insulting or calling people out, you're not this. Because we shake hands. And we all meet at a table and we shake hands and we smile. You all like, it's called politics. So we be very careful, especially in a country like Gambia where there's no animosity here. We just want what is best. And we want his performance. That is it. So the citizens of the Gambia, bu fekkee ne xamuleen seen rights lan la, it's high time ñi nga xam ne jànguñ ñu waxa ñi nga xam ne jàng ne ñu readal la seen rights as citizens. Li nga xam ngeen moom ngeen war a am ci seen président bi naka ngeen ko war a voice out pour ngeen am ko. You don't need to be disrespectful or anything, none of that. But you can hold him accountable. So much could have been done. Even right now as I speak, a lot could have been done. From here to Koina. Huh? What is the government doing? Where are the funds? Let us try, whatever we do, we try to be truthful. Huh? Let us not hide and lie and scheme our way out. Everything we stand there and we deny and deny, but we know the fact. Huh? You're making other countries laugh at us. Let us Senegalese bo way ñu ne Gambien yi xamuñ liñ bëgga. Yeneen dëkk dañu Gambien yi ñom xamuñ liñ bëgga. Gambien bi moo neex moom yëgul dara si yaramam. Come on. We need to hold our leaders accountable in the political party and when they're elected into office. That is the only way they can be the best they can be. All this could have been prepared prior to raining. We all know the rainy season is coming. We all know what happens, and now with climate change, we all know. So they could have prepared. Preparation could have been done. Not wait till after the fact. Now everybody's jumping. And then you jump and still don't do nothing and talk about, okay, we are pledging or we are donating, we're giving 50 million because we are 200 million from the Indians. So we're giving 50 million here, throwing figures just out there. That's long term. We want now. What are the solutions now? I thought I would see the army will come, and helping bring sand bags here, doing this, at least preparing all, because the rain is still going on all August. They're displaced. And this is what we were talking for the last minister of lands. When you took our lands and give all our lands away, you didn't think about the citizens. Where are you going to move these people now that are displaced? Tasaare ngeen lands yep, dogat ko yep jaay ko. Where are you going to move these people? Where they can have a proper dwelling place. My Gambia, there's a lot. And if you all settle for less, this is why a lot of people from the diaspora, they come, they get upset, ñu pack seen bagage yi ñu dem dañ dee try ñu ñëw sa ubbi business try pour dëkk fi try pour nekk fi waaye they get so frustrated they leave. It's only few of us like me ñu dégget boppa toog fii rek xaw ma sax lu ma fi xaar because dañ am ñu bare ñoo xam ne dañ ma yaakaar. But it's frustrating. It's frustrating to see that it is the people that don't want good for themselves. It is frustrating to see that it is the citizens that don't want good for themselves. And then there are few bad potatoes in there who will see the bad and still sit there and clap and say, no, it is not bad, it is good, when they know that it is bad. Just because some of them are earning or getting feedbacks or kickbacks, they will defend till they die, knowing that they're wrong. We need to stop. Let us turn a new page. Today is the Islamic New Year. New beginnings, new ways of life, new ways of thinking. Tell the truth. In a country where almost 95% Muslim and the scheming and scamming is so much, it's devastating. It's devastating. It's high time we see the truth and say it as it is, whether we're opposition or not. When I was running for presidency, I tell everyone that comes to the office, I said, listen, I would ask them questions and they would be scared to tell me. I said, why don't you tell me? I want you to tell me the truth. I said, if right now in a political party level or, you cannot tell me the truth, that means when I go to office, you'll be lying to me. I said, I don't want you to lie to me. I want you to tell me the truth because that is the only way I can be the best I can be. I said, so tell me the truth. So if I get a musoro, suma musoro wenga, suma musoro be wengalu. What money anti sa musoro be for wengalu? Why buma buy the ma setan? Ngane ma rafet na. Meanwhile, it's not. It's wrong. Tell it as it is because you are helping that person to be better. And it's high time Gambians, we accept, constructive criticism. When somebody criticizes you, it's not always negative. Look at the positive side of it. It makes you better. It makes you a better person. Because today, if the president was not called out, if that guy didn't make that video for Igbo Town, he will not go to Igbo Town. He will not go to Igbo Town. You see, he passed everywhere and went to Igbo Town. And that is how it's supposed to be. And the guy said it. I mean, more votes, so and then. And he went there. And that's how it's supposed to be. Yeah? Sometimes these are good for the person that is leading. Because nit ki da nga wara buga ñuy la challenge. Suñ la challenge rek nga de mëna perform. Then nga conquer challenge bi. Nga gis now wow, great. Now the president, Because if you don't have reliable people around you or amulo ñoo xamne mën nga leena olu around you, it can be very challenging. Because su fekkee ne sa nit ñi la wóor ñëpp ñu ngi laa layal di la fenal, it's gonna even make your tenor harder. Because every time you think something is done right, and then you turn around only to realize that they're lying to you, it makes your tenor harder. Because people will call you out. Oppositions will call you out. The citizens that vote for you, some will call you out. And the few that feel that they need to just, come behind you and clap for you, whether you're wrong or right, those are the ones that you as a head of state need to sit down and begin to handpick and get rid of them. Because we are here. We're going to talk when it's not right. There's a reason we all came up and said, hey, we want an opportunity to fix this country. Because it's high time Gambia gets fixed. It's high time our children come from the diaspora and come home. It's high time our children stop taking the back way to Europe and dying every day in the seas. Because Europe is closing its doors. England is sending people over to Rwanda, back to Africa. Because they don't want to take immigrants anymore. All the laws are changing. So we as Africans have to start developing our countries for our children so that they can stay, create job opportunities for them. better livelihoods, hope. But anyone that comes to Gambia today and look, will just want to pack the bag and run out again. Why? Beautiful Gambia. Yesterday alone, I'm talking to somebody, said, madam, I want to come to Gambia. Beautiful Gambia. Americans. They said, when is the best time to come? I said, well, you might want to come around December, because I know that it's only around December the place is looking nice and whatever. Huh? They said, I heard it's gorgeous. I said, it's just like, it's the same flora and fauna like Florida. It's just not so developed, but it's beautiful. Because that's how we sell Gambia, as beautiful. Because we love our country. But if somebody comes here now to say, I'm coming to visit you now, I'll be embarrassed. Huh? So let us want good for ourselves. Let us want quality, not quantity. And let us stop just because we get kickbacks. We now close our eyes and become blind to the truth. Because, leka nentituti. This attitude of leka nentituti, or this attitude of den boka do, this attitude is not going to take our country forward. And the few of you that are eating, listen, at the end of the day, do muna deki fen, Lord deka bitim rew. Tinga del siwat nga ñibsi. There's nothing like home. So banga leka, dina neex de. Why you have to have some sense of guilt in you when you turn around and see how bad the country is. You have to feel some kind of sense of guilt. And some of you that are around the head of state, that are lying to him day in, day out, trust me, your days are coming. Di du force nguur bi lay third republic bi gis nañ ñi fi nekkoon Time Jawara ñi lay fen anañu tey and I know a lot of them. Gis nañ ñi nekkoon Time Jammeh. This is how when Yaya Jammeh went in, they tried to set him up, lying to him until he started playing chess with them. When he got the game they were playing, he started playing chess with them. And when he started playing chess with them, that's when they started saying he was wicked. No, they created him. He learned. Now they do the same thing with you, Mr. President. A government comes, a government goes. That is all I have for you today. Try to be truthful. Try to have linde wasi all of holy yermande. Deka bi ñun ñepp ko bokk, deka bi dafa ndaw. Nañ leen bëgg quality, not quantity. Bu fekkee ne da nga am kickback tamit waxal dëgg. Te xam ne am na ñooy soona because of that what you did. Tey Banjul nit ñi nekk Banjul di soona guddi gu nekk jigéen yi di jooy, xale yi di jooy, mag yi di jooy, ña lekk si xaalis boobu du leen jikk because axa ngeen gàddu ngeen axi citizens si Banjul yi, whether you know it or not. Because $40 million do $40 million. And I'll keep repeating it until the people that took that money feel so bad about themselves if they have blood running in their veins. And the same with every project in the Gambia. Every project in the Gambia is the same story. For how long? Huh? This is why it is always good to be transparent to your citizens. So then transparent to the citizens. Then citizens understand why this online document, everything was okay. How much? Then there's more of an understanding why everything is hidden. A leader should be proud to have a beautiful city, to have, things done in his tenure that are nice. The traffic lights are not even working anymore. Huh? Where are the people responsible? All these people have to be taken accountable. They have to be accountable. Why are the traffic lights not working? Was it AfriCell? Was it part of their how do you call it, their agreement to take care of the traffic lights? Was it part of the agreement? And why are they not doing it again? All these things have to be looked into. Because every major company that is in this country has an agreement where they have to do something for that country. Or maybe the reason why they're not doing it, maybe because they have so many people going to their office and getting kickbacks. Maybe that is why they have to have such high internet data and all that. You see, everything plays a part. If su fekkee ne dama jaay gerte, every day my jaay gerte, te si gerte bii nii maa ngi ci war a make $300. Ku nekk ñëw ne Mari man maa tax nga am place bii de foog nga may ma gerte ma may ko $25 si gerte. Keneen ñëw Mari man maa la jox bool bii de ma jox ko ku tamit bu yàggee ñi ma may noonu gerte googu noonu. I have to increase my price of gerte to be able to make for that lost profit. So yes, internet and phone data will be expensive because they have to add all these kickbacks they're giving or all these monies they're giving in the back end. They have to add that to their cost and they have to make profit. But if all these are taken out, then prices will go down. You see, we can sit here and cry all the day. Look at internet here, look at lease here. Let's not ask that. Let's ask, who's getting kickbacks? Who are they paying? Because of these payouts is why things are expensive, because they have to make that money back somehow. If a major company is paying out almost $3 million or $5 million is a month or $33 million is a month or whatever the amount, trust me, they have to find ways to make that money back. So they have to inflate. And who pays for it? You, the people, pay for it. We, the people, pay for it. The citizens pay for it. We pay for it. We pay it at a very high cost. At a very high cost. And that's how it goes. There's no other explanation. Everything that you see that is being inflated ridiculously is because that guy has to make that money back. But I might use that little scenario of jaaykati gerte bi su mayee almost $100 si gerte te léegi li des si pañe bi is $200 te mu ngi spend $200 si pour lakka gerte bu léegi mu desee exactly $200 naka laa méegee profit foog mu yokk price gerte bi pour mun a amaat am profit because joxe na li mu war a lekk as profit. The same with procurements. Boo amee procurements bala nga mun a supply, you're paying out so much that you're paying out actually your profits. Because what is the profit margin? Isn't it like 25, 30% or 20%? So when you pay out, then it goes up. What will the contractor be left with? Let us be realistic. We all know what's happening here. We all know what's going on. And it boils down to nothing but corruption. Mr. President, on your campaign trail, you did tell people that you will curb corruption. One of the first things you're going to do was to curb corruption. A few months ago, you talked about people coming to, or weeks ago, you talked about people coming to work and not coming to work on time, or talking about somebody is sick. What are you doing about that? You also talked about, you went out, you looked at the IEC project, you thought 40 or 50% was done, you realize it's 1%. What happened at that meeting that you called, that emergency meeting you called? What happened? Because everybody was waiting for the response, because you yourself said you were disappointed that it was only 1% of the job, and you were very disappointed. Now, after you called the meeting, since you announced it publicly, we are still waiting to know your findings. We were telling you a long time about the OIC project. We were telling you that it's not possible. You pass on this highway all the time. I don't know, maybe they rush you so fast that you don't see what is happening. But you go up and down here all the time. You yourself said you were disappointed because you saw 1%. So when you saw 1% and you called the emergency meeting, what happened? We want to know. The people that voted for you want to know. We, the opposition, want to know. Because when we know, the people that vote for you can probably help you. We, the opposition, can help you by telling you, then you need to fire the ones responsible for the OIC, because OIC is supposed to be good for Gambia. What happened to the funds? My brothers and sisters, I think I've been here a whole hour. My heart goes out to all the flood victims out there. I am sorry, in my little capacity, I could only help a few. I don't do and talk, but what I did in my capacity, I've done. I wish I can help everyone. I wish I can house everybody. But unfortunately, I just can't. But I'm praying for you in this Islamic New Year that see this not as a pain, see it as something better coming into your life. We continue to pray for our country. We continue to pray for all our leaders. We continue to pray for our hearts to be softened, and we try to love one another. I will still continue to say, my brothers and sisters that are on Facebook, in all this social media, calling each other names, insulting each other, I, again, will let you know that you need to stop. We need to change the face of Gambia. We need to change the attitude in this country. Let us stop that. It doesn't tell well for us as Gambians. Before I leave, I want to also say a happy birthday, His Excellency, Alhaji Usainu Dabo, today is his birthday. I sent him a birthday greeting and made a video. And we wish you long life. He is a political icon. We endorsed him because of his policies and programs and his vision for Gambia, for the youth to take on forward. And that's one of the reasons we endorsed him, because we felt that, that is the way forward for Gambia. So I wish you happy birthday, Alhaji Usainu Dabo. May we continue to seek your guidance and advice, because we are just getting into politics. Even though we come with a new type of politics, we come with a bull on our head. We come banging, but we still need to always seek advice from our elders. So I want to thank all of you for watching, and you all have a happy Islamic New Year. Thank you so very much.